My position is canvassing manager for Cochise County. My name is Jeremy Clayton. On a day-to-day basis is different. So some of the challenges that we've experienced are rural areas, getting to those houses because the roads are washed out or inaccessible. I have to team canvassers up together, try to team them up two at a time so they can have some safety net and some comfort in canvassing areas if anything arises, as far as people not being willing to give their responses or people being in disagreement with what we're trying to do, our overall focus. I think so, because a lot of people around here like to protect and have ownership of their property and their things, and a lot of people don't want to be bothered. They want to be left alone. That's why they live in areas where it's 20 plus miles outside of town. And so we're challenged with getting to those areas to get people's responses. A lot of people, it's 50-50. Some people are really for it and really encouraged, or they want to give us what their opinion is on the water issues or the jobs and cost of living. A lot of issues that need to be addressed in our economy, in our state, in our county. Cochise area, we have roughly 20 canvassers.
20 canvassers.
Yeah. So I have a team of canvassers in Douglas, and then we have a team here in Sierra Vista, and we try to get to as many areas as possible. And we do like a Google Meet every morning and do like roll call and role playing and interact with each other and just try to get motivated for the day. So motivation comes with camaraderie. It comes with showing up for people when they need help. If people have flat tires or any kind of car trouble or anything like that, I encourage my team to show up for each other. If they have trouble with their car, then we go pick them up and we bring them to work. If they need to drop their kids off at school before they come to work, if there's anything like that, transactions that need to take place, then we show up for each other, because life happens. So I would say that there's a divide. There's a complete division between the two parties. A lot of people don't realize the benefits of one party and the other. I would say that a lot of people are misinformed about what we're trying to do, and I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. Even some Republicans are for what we're doing, but not really for the issues. They really, and I've heard that from both sides. So like Democrats as well have said that we're really for this issue, but we're not for certain candidates. So I get a lot of mixed reviews on everything. So in Cochise County, I would just do my research. I tell a lot of people to do their research on the candidates and don't believe everything that they're hearing on news and media, because a lot of time it gets misconstrued, and people's lives are affected because of that. People's opinions can be altered. They start believing one thing rather than actually getting the facts that are associated with what's happening. A lot of people say there's no water issues in Cochise County, but there ultimately are. There's a difference between water that we have and deep water. There's people that are coming in from out of state and producing crops and things like that, but not keeping them in the city, not keeping them in the county as well. So to combat that issue, we would have to have more infrastructure. We would have to have more manufacturing jobs. We would have to drill deeper for water and things like that. We have experienced about 5 situations so far since we've started July 1st. People threatening action with guns. We have had our canvassers have been run off of people's property where we're just trying to do a service and find out what people's opinions are. A lot of people don't agree with what we're doing, and they resort to saying that they would, get off my property. I want to, you know what I mean, or I'm going to shoot. A lot of people have signs that say "Don't come on my property," and it's pictures of guns. We've had issues in Douglas, and I can't necessarily say that it's true or false, but a lot of people have had tire issues, lots of nails in tires. For about 2.5 weeks, a span of 2.5 weeks, we've had canvassers get flat tires because we are knocking on political officials' doors. We are knocking on the law enforcement doors. We are knocking on agents' doors and things of that nature. And a lot of people's views are different. I can't say for sure that was something that was malicious or not, but if any issue arises, my canvassers know that they can call their leads or call me right off. That's the first thing that they do. And to mitigate the situation, we would just stop what you're doing and take care of the action. I'd ask and tell my canvassers to come to me with solutions rather than the problem. And so how can we combat it? If there is a sprained ankle, you're gonna go to the doctor. If you have a cut or a scrape, we have first aid kits that my leads have in their vehicles. We have water that we give out. We have, if a police situation arises, we file an incident report. We talk with the canvasser and we remove them from the situation, put them in a different area. And no canvasser should be in any area by themselves. I say to minimize any kind of action or threat that arises. I want to have somebody else's opinion there. I want to have a witness to what has transpired, and that's just bottom line. Is safety first before anything else. People in the community are starting to know who we are and know what we're doing, know what we're about. We go back to the same houses because people are not, they're working, so they don't get a chance to actually talk with us. And a lot of people are very encouraged, or they're really for what we're doing. They're really willing to give us the cause of the problems that they're facing on day-to-day basis. And I think that's the thing, is that a lot of people in politics and government don't understand the day-to-day trials and tribulations that people go through when they get flat tires, when they have water issues, when they have to take their kids to the daycare, when there are no jobs that are sustainable, that pay a decent living wage. You have people that work at big corporations that don't get paid adequately for their help, for their time, and they're spending their subsidies going and getting, food stamps, but then they're ultimately spending it at the big corporations once again. So we've had listening sessions here at the office to get the community together and try to come together and resolve any concerns or issues that we have. We have parties, we have birthdays, we have things where we get together and we try to go and get lunch once in a while, once a month. We do as much as we can for each other to show how united we are, and I always say, work as a team. We are a team, and we can't be a team if we're divided. With us working together, with us having a diverse workforce, we talk with each other, we interact with each other, and we don't let those kinds of issues try to arise. And I don't think that we've had anything as far as an issue with diversity. I was riding around with Yarling just last week, and we canvassed the whole area for a whole day. So she actually gets me to speak more Spanish, and I start remembering keywords and things like that, because when I was growing up, I did a certain kind of work where I was interacting with people that were Hispanic, and so being from Louisiana, I was always interacting with different cultures, and so it never was an issue for me. I found it very accepting and normal. And I don't see any barriers as far as the team that we have. And especially in the city or in Cochise County, I haven't seen a lot of troubles or issues with that. I do see a lot of trust building within the community because of that. Because when we do canvas doors, like I'll be with Yarlene or I'll be with Alex, somebody that's Spanish, that you show up together, you show up as a team, and then the people, the residents, see that you're all working together, and I feel like that tears down a lot of issues or concerns that have been built up or pent up over the years, because generations are starting to mingle with each other. They're starting to be more accepting and let down a lot of the past interference that we've had. I hear a lot of issues and concerns about water and border crisis. People coming across the border unlawfully. I heard a story about school kids coming across and cartel using targeting those children to actually get drugs across the border. And then those children are actually caught in the middle of this. And I think that makes me sad, that we have that type of world that we live in. And to address those issues, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But I think that it's awful. And I think that a lot of people are stereotyped because they're just trying to make a living for themselves. I mean, we're all here in this country because we came from somewhere else. And I don't think that should be a barrier that we should have to overcome. I think that we should all be a united country and accept people for who they are. I do see a lot of misinformation about border crisis. I hear on TV all the time about how there's people coming across in mass quantities, and I don't see it. Not in our county. I haven't seen any of that. I think that the border is a good thing, but I also think that it's also bad because it's preventing good people from coming into the community and helping with things that we need and helping us unite as people. I would tell them about the current issues that we have. I would tell them that if they want to see change in a democracy, that their opinion matters. And if we want to show up and show out for our community, our county, and for the people as a whole collectively, your opinion counts. You not voting means that you basically are still voting. Because if you're forfeiting your opinion, and that's how elections are won. That's how we get our voice. That's how we voice our opinion. If you have issues or concerns in the area that you want to see changed, then you should show up for your community. You should go to these town meetings. You should interact and see what kind of change you can implement or how you can benefit the area.